I have a 4 o'clock sign-in. It is 3:20 my time at home right now. I need to get a car to take me to the airport. Okay, oh perfect, he's 6 minutes away. Okay, request, confirm pickup, skip 1 month free trial. Like, why are you asking me this? Okay, this says drop off by 3:55. I have sign in at 4. We get a 5-minute grace period, so I'm good. I'm like, maybe I should put on some makeup right now. I'm like, good. Hello, welcome guys. If you are new here, my name is Stella. I am a Washington, D.C. based flight attendant. I travel the world. I take you with me. My bags are packed, almost ready to go. I've got my lunch here that I've already made for myself. Lunch/dinner, that's some chicken and broccoli. This is some homemade soup, a sandwich, a pre-made salad, pre-cut fruit. I didn't have time to cut it myself. Some crackers for the soup and some sriracha mayonnaise for the chicken and broccoli, and some chocolate chip cookies. Oh, and a rice for my chicken and broccoli. Well guys, it actually finally happened. I was late for sign-in. Yesterday, I am on a 2-day trip right now. I am currently in a hotel room. I'm in Raleigh, Durham right now, and it's, I don't know, let's see, it's like 9 o'clock. It's 9:41. So I have sign-in downstairs at 10 a.m. Pick up downstairs at 10 a.m. I literally have like my makeup done, my hair's done, just put a little clip, I've got my uniform on. I signed in late yesterday by 12 minutes to my sign-in. I was supposed to sign in at 4 p.m. I normally I leave my house half an hour before my trip, and I'm there with like 8 minutes to spare. I had an afternoon sign-in yesterday, and I haven't had an afternoon sign-in to sign in at DCA in, I don't think I've had one since I've transferred back to DCA from New York. I got my car service at like 3:25. Then there was so much traffic going to the airport, like, oh my gosh, I like could not believe it. I was like, you know, in the back seat, kind of like looking around like, sir, what's going on? Like, what, is there an accident up there? Like, what's the hold up? Basically, there was just a lot of traffic. There was just a lot of traffic yesterday, and I did not anticipate that. So I put you guys up on the window seal right now just because I was like holding my arm out. I'm like, my arm's starting to get tired. Yeah, so I'm in the car. I am driving to the airport. I ask the Uber driver, like, is this normal? Like, what's going on? What is the ETA of getting to the airport? He's like, right now it says 4:05. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm still good. You know, you get a 5-minute grace period. So my sign-in was at 4 p.m. If I can sign in at 4:01, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I sign in at 4:06, I am officially late. If you're more than 6 minutes late, crew scheduling will be calling you within a few minutes, and they'll be like very nice about it. They're not like, why are you signed in? They're just basically like, Flight Attendant Conley, are you aware that you are not signed in for your trip? Can you give us a status on like what's going on? That call from crew scheduling is just like, oh, I swear I'm coming, I'm on my way. At like 3:50, I like Google mapped it on my phone, and it said I wasn't scheduled to like estimated time. It said estimated time of arrival to the airport was going to be at 4:10. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's late. That's late. I'm 100% gonna be late. This is not good. At that point, I called the MOD, so the manager on duty at DCA, and I was like, hello, you know, this is Flight Attendant Stella, and I'm on flight this flight, you know, whatever flight number I was. I said, I am in a car. I am heading to the airport. My estimated time of arrival at the airport is 4:10 right now, so I will be signing in late. He was like, okay, thank you for letting us know, but you are on your way. You do think you're gonna make boarding and you do think you're gonna make the flight. And I said, yes, absolutely. I'm just going to be signing in late, but I don't want you guys to panic because I am on my way. I'm ready to go. Nothing's stopping me. I am coming to the airport. So he just said, thank you so much for letting us know. We won't panic. We know you're coming. I said, okay. This is why we have reserved flight attendants sitting at the airport ready to go and pre-board the plane for me, or even take the flight for me if I'm late, if, you know, something gets held up, like if I'm stuck in traffic, if I, you know, get in some type of accident on my way to the airport, if anything happens, or if I just get sick right before my trip. We do have reserve flight attendants that sit standby at the airport, and that's, you know, you guys have seen so many of my standby videos where I'm like, I have 6 hours here at the airport, guys. And sometimes I'll go board planes for flight attendants who are late. Sometimes I'll go to the plane because a flight attendant called out sick last minute because, you know, something's happened. Or sometimes I don't have anything, any trips, you know, everybody's on time, it's a good day, everything's good. So that's why I wanted to call the manager and just let them know, like, hey, this is what's going on. You might need a reserve flight attendant to go over there and pre-board my plane, but I am coming, I swear, I am coming to the airport. I'm on my way. It was like 4:06 or 4:07, crew scheduling called my phone and they're like, flight attendant Conley, like, are you aware you're not signed in? I'm like, yes, I am. I've already called the MOD. I let them know I am on my way to the airport. I'm stuck in so much traffic right now. But I'm on my way. I swear I'm on my way. My estimated arrival at that point was 4:15. I was like, oh my God, 4:15. Like, it just keeps getting worse. Like, I just need to get there. But, so they were like, okay, so you're on your way, you're coming. I was like, yes, I am. And then got off the phone with them, and this like driver is like listening to everything, and while he's like listening to everything, there is classical music playing the entire ride. I'm like sweating, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't like to be late. You get an attendance point, your manager calls you, it's like, why were you late? Like, it's a big deal when you're a flight attendant or a pilot in aviation and you're late. If you're late to the aircraft, if you cause the plane to delay or be late, you could potentially cause those passengers to miss their connecting flight, to you know, be late to their destination. You know, there's just so much. It's just so important. And even in training, when you're going through training as a flight attendant, if you're late like once, they literally might send you home from training. It's just not like, it's ingrained in you when you are at training. If you are 1 minute late, it is not okay. If you're 15 seconds late, it is not okay. If you're on time, you're late. Like, it is just so crazy. It is the worst feeling as a flight attendant. Like, I was ready to go. I was on my way to the airport. I thought that it was gonna take the normal 30 minutes. It ended up taking so much longer. It was like the funniest situation. This Uber driver is just like listening to this, like, you know, classical music in the car, just like driving, like, just, and I'm like, get me there. Like, just the difference between him sitting in the front seat and me in the back was just so out of control, like calm, frantic. So I ended up signing in at 4:12. Got out of the car, I grabbed all my stuff, I ran into the airport, went through security, and like walked straight to my gate, and I made boarding. I remember I looked, it said boarding in 8 minutes. I'm like, yes, I made it. Like, if I would have delayed boarding, that would have been so much worse, but I didn't delay boarding. I got there to the aircraft. I let the gate agents know, like, hey, if a manager comes by, or, you know, if crew scheduling calls you for anything, like, I am on the plane, I'm checking my emergency equipment, we are ready to board this plane on time. Like, I am here, I am ready to go, I'm composed. So today I have 4 flights, and I don't think I will have time to email my manager. I think I just want to get home. I'll email my manager tomorrow if I don't already have an email from my manager, like, can you tell me what happened yesterday? I don't like confrontation. I'm like terrified. I'm like freaking out. But maybe if I have time between my 4 flights today, I will email my manager and just let them know like, hey, I really just did not realize the traffic is so crazy that time of day. I have not had a night or an afternoon sign-in in ever at DCA, and I just misjudged the time. I will take my attendance point. You know, it's what I deserve. I know now going forward that won't happen again. And I was proactive. I did call the MOD. I did speak with crew scheduling. I did make boarding on time. So please don't be too mad at me. All right, room looks clean. My tote bag. All right, got my tote bag. Lunch pail ready to go. Looks good. Oh no, my ice thing. Really, that's why I always do a final walkthrough, final check my room. I almost forgot my ice thing. Look at this airport. There's like so much space right here. This is Raleigh, Durham. Not Charlotte Airport right now. Love the trees in Charlotte, right? Trees inside the airport, love it. Keeping the air fresh. I'm with a crew member, I don't know where he is, but he is getting a sub sandwich from Jersey Mike's. I packed my lunch so I don't have to buy food, spend money, or eat bad, because I get so tempted to eat bad at the airports. But I just did an Instagram live. I haven't done an Instagram live for like ever, you guys, literally forever, but I just did a live, I don't know if you caught it, about the Rice Krispie treats that are here in Charlotte Airport. It's literally by B6, B7, literally the best Rice Krispie treats ever. Like honestly, they are so good. I did a TikTok video about those Rice Krispie treats like months ago. I did a whole review on them. I was like, these are amazing. Yeah, 1 flight down, 3 to go. We have a 2-hour sit in between the first flight and the second flight, which is kind of like, I just want to like get them done, but we just have to wait for a few hours. And then the next 3 flights are just like back to back to back. Like, I'm hearing the piano music right now. I love Charlotte Airport. It's honestly, it's so mellow. It's so peaceful. It's nice and big. It's got a lot of food options. This is right up there with Miami, because Miami and Heathrow, London are my 2 absolute favorite airports. Those, like Heathrow, London, because I love the shopping, and Miami because I love the empanadas. Guys, I love this part of the terminal. These are D gates. My finger. And it's just so nice and wide and open. There's not too many people. Relaxing on the plane right now. The plane actually got in a little bit early, and we decided to come on and just kind of sit, just relax for a few minutes. Literally, it's like already halfway through the day, and literally have only done 1 flight and sat in the airport for 2 hours. We still have 3 more flights today, and I'm tired. I'm telling you, I'm already tired. Like, I gotta get a second wind because I still have like the whole day ahead of me. Like 3 flights is a lot of work. All right, just putting on a little lip gloss. I use the Laneige lip gloss. It's my favorite. I never get inside my lips. My best friend always tells me, can you get the lip gloss like in your lips? I'm like, can you not like be so detail oriented? Franny is drinking some water. Good morning, Bubs. Oh, yoga? Oh, good boy. Hi. Oh, okay, be careful. So it's been a few days since that trip. I had to like get myself together. I can honestly say I have not signed in late for a trip or been late to pick up in probably like 4 years. Like honestly, I'm always right on the edge of being late, or I'm like right on time. Like I told you guys before, it's just a really big deal, and it's just so ingrained in you not to be late that when you actually are, it's just like, I'm sorry. So definitely a little disappointed in myself. And now going forward, lesson learned. I know that if I have an afternoon sign-in and I'm coming from in the district, in the city, I have to make sure that I leave at least an hour prior to sign-in. I'm typically, my morning sign-ins, I can leave a half an hour and still have plenty of time before sign-in. Afternoon trips, an hour. Just gotta give myself an hour, maybe two. I don't know, this is like New York all over again. Do you guys have any jobs where like if you're late, it's a really, really big deal and you just like absolutely cannot be late? I feel like there's some professions where it's like okay, because like literally every time I go to the doctor's office, they are always late for appointments. So I feel like doctors can kind of stroll in whenever they want. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe teachers cannot be late. No, no, no. Coffee baristas, no, we need you there to open on time. That trip was hard. Like, not only did I not really vlog on that trip because I was like so frazzled with being late, but it was also like such a hard trip. It was a 2-4 2-day, meaning I had 2 legs, 2 flights the first day. And I was like, oh, that's not too hard. And then the next day we had 4 flights and we had a lot of sit time in between the first flight. So we did the first flight like really early and we're like, oh, okay, 1 down. But then you just get into the airport, you eat, you get kind of tired, you're like, oh, I don't want to do anything else, or maybe I just have 1 flight left. No, we still had 3 full flights that were all overbooked. So just every single seat was taken. Like, I don't know if it was like spring break travel or just spring and summer is gonna be crazy this year because everyone's gonna be traveling. I'm not really sure, but every seat was taken and like everything was so crowded. And the airports, oh my gosh, the airports were so crowded. 4 flights in a day is 4 boardings, 4 deplanings, 4 services, a bazillion walkthroughs. It's just like, you're just like go, go, go so much. But it does make the day go by fast, but you are a little bit tired by the end of the day. And I remember when I got home that night, I was gonna say bye to you guys in vlog, but I had been on the plane all day that like when I got home, I felt like I was swaying. Like I was like, what is going on? I almost have motion sickness from not being on the plane. It was so random. Okay, all right, enough of me just like blah, blah, blahing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here and I will see you on my next video.